Hello there. My name is Viorica Condrat, and I am here to learn together with you what netiquette is and why it is important to have a respectful online behavior, particularly nowadays when we communicate online so much. Just think a little bit. How often do you communicate online? I'm pretty sure that you interact with a lot of people, and most probably not only your friends and family. So let's see what we should do to communicate online successfully. And one more thing, let's understand the negative consequences of rude online behavior. Before we start, let's make sure we still remember what the symbols you're going to see during the video are supposed to mean. The first picture means that you should pause the video for a while to think a little bit. It is the so-called the online brainstorming break. The second picture indicates that you're going to listen to some audio before while doing a task. The third picture of this guy typing something means that you are going to write something either in your notebook or on your English class site. The fourth picture invites you to read something. I will invite you to read the text along with me. Finally, the fifth picture challenges you to speak up. You'll be asked to record your answer and upload it to the class site. Now, we know that the first thing to do in order to get to the desired destination is to set goals. So the objectives of today's lesson are I would like us to learn how to comment on posts, how to behave respectfully online, to determine the netiquette rules, to read Mike's story in order to understand what cyberbullying is and how dangerous it can be. Finally, you would be asked to write comments on the discussion board of your English class, definitely related to the topic that we have covered. Okay, we've got a picture here. This is Adi. He is your age. Look at this picture and say what Adi is like. What kind of person do you think he is? And explain what makes you think so. Now you see that you should pause the video to think and then record the answer. Then once you're done, play the video again. I also tried to imagine what kind of person Adi is. He seems to be a nice guy who likes helping people. His broad smile makes me think that he is extremely happy. He is excited about something, maybe about his new camera that he is holding in his hands. I think he is a curious guy. He always looks for interesting stories to capture on his camera. I also think he is fond of nature. He takes beautiful pictures of nature. He inspires the people to protect the planet. These some of the pictures Adi took. He uploaded them to a photography site to make some changes. Once he'd done his work, he wanted to download them to his computer. Unfortunately, he couldn't do that. Imagine you're Adi. What would you do? So being technologically friendly, what Adi did was to ask for help on the discussion board of a photography forum. These are some of the comments he got. Google it. Come on, that's easy. Why have you bought a camera? I can help you. Now, what do you think of these comments? Are they polite or rude? What makes you think so? You may need to pause the video to think for a few minutes. Okay, this is the first comment he got. Google it. What can we say about it? It is totally rude. It is extremely impolite to write your comment or post in block capitals. You see that all the letters in the sentence are capitals. At the end, there is an exclamation mark. This means that the person who made this comment was shouting. What about the second comment? Come on, that's easy. Although the comment is not written in block capitals, it is also impolite. It does not offer help. It makes fun of Adi, who can't download his picture. Such a person is also rude and not willing to help. What about the third comment? Why have you bought a camera? This is another example of a rude comment. Adi asked for help, so the question he received is totally inappropriate. It's nobody's business why Adi bought the camera, and nobody has the right to make fun of a person who asks for help. Now, this is the best answer. I can help you. This person is ready to help. They give a short answer. They also add a smiley face at the end. It means they are friendly and willing to help. The next two slides are intended to make you think what you would do if you were in the following situations. I will first read the situations, then please pause the video for a few minutes to think. The first situation: you want to forward a message you received from your friend. The second: you get an email that says if you don't forward this email to 30 people, your account will be closed. I will tell you what I will do in the first situation. This is a private, personal message, and I have no right to forward it. I should ask first for permission from my friend, and only if they agree I can forward it. Otherwise, I should not do it. In the second situation, I should delete it, move it to trash. This is a spam message. A serious company or a person won't ask you to do so. The next two situations. So the first one, you read a rude message about a person you don't like. The second, you are very angry with a classmate. You want to post a rude comment in a group anonymously. So if you come across a rude comment, you should tell an adult. Even if you don't like a person, you should look for ways of solving the misunderstanding between you. It is okay to avoid the person, not to talk to them, but it is totally wrong to make rude comments about them online or allow others to do so. Concerning the second situation, anger is a negative emotion, and sometimes people can make serious mistakes when they are angry. It is better to wait for the anger to pass and calmly explain what bothers you. Being anonymous does not help solve the misunderstanding. No one has the right to make rude comments to others online. This picture here tells you it's time to do a bit of writing. So we've seen that online behavior should be always polite. People should follow some netiquette rules if they want to be successful in their online communication. Write 5 netiquette rules you think everyone should follow and post them on your class site. I think the first rule is to be polite. What about you? Pause the video and write your answers. So it's reading time. Read the text along with me and determine the consequences of cyberbullying. Online communication is different from face-to-face communication. Now people communicate online a lot. They send messages and make calls. They use social media where they write posts and comment on their friends' posts. It is also a form of communication. It is new and unusual. The biggest advantage is that people can communicate at any time in any place. However, there are also disadvantages. Cyberbullying is one of them. Cyberbullying is when people send unkind messages. These messages can scare people who can become depressed. Mike, one of the participants in the international project So Far Away and Yet So Close, shared his experience. Cyberbullying is a serious problem. People can hurt others when they make rude comments. The results are very sad. Teenagers can suffer a lot. I was a cyber victim. I had a person who wrote cruel comments. I had to block him from the very start, but I didn't do it. He laughed at me in his comments. He laughed at the fact that I wear glasses. He even laughed at the color of my skin. I asked him to leave me alone, but he didn't do it. I blocked him, but I felt anxious and depressed because of his words. I was even afraid because he promised to find me. It was a very unpleasant experience. Luckily, my family and friends helped me to recover. My school psychologist also helped me a lot. We often met and talked about my bad experience. I created a group on Facebook to help other cyber victims. So we have an online community where we support one another. We follow the Netiquette rules. Our motto is think twice before you write. What a story. Now, how would you describe Mike's feelings when he was a cyber victim? He says that he felt sad, anxious, depressed, and scared when an unknown person cyberbullied him. He was very miserable at the time. He suffered from depression. We understand that cyberbullying does only harm to cyber victims. It makes people experience negative emotions. Mike's story is important. It can help others in similar situations. The first thing to do is to block the bully. Don't try to talk to them. They are only interested in hurting their victim's feelings. Talk to your parents and seek help from professionals. We have already learned in the second unit how important your mental health is for your wellness. So seek help from professionals. If you can help others, do this. And don't forget to always follow the Netiquette rules. You should feel safe while communicating online. Make sure that others also feel good while communicating with you. So we've learned that Mike has created an online community to help other cyber victims. What do you think of his motto? Think twice before you write. What about the picture he posted in his Facebook group? Pause the video for a few minutes to write down your ideas. Now, think what answers you would give to the following questions. How often do you use social media? How often do you write posts on your blog or social media account? How many messages do you send daily? What messages do you write? Why do you comment on your friends' posts? Think if you always follow the Netiquette rules. Think if what you write is true, helpful, inspiring, necessary, and kind. I know that whether we communicate online or face to face, we need to respect one another. We want our communication to be successful. This is why communication rules should be followed in real life as well as online. Now let's do a bit of comparing. In the first lesson of this unit, we covered the topic related to success in communication, and we saw what the rules we should follow are in order to be successful in our communication. Compare those rules with the list of netiquette rules you have written. What can you say? So, it's time to do a bit of writing, and this is going to be your home task. Start an online discussion on your class group. Write your point of view concerning cyberbullying. Explain what to do if you or someone you know gets rude messages. Write the rules one should follow. Now, I think we have managed to achieve all our objectives today. I think we can comment on posts, we can behave respectfully online, we have determined the netiquette rules and we can apply them in our online interaction. We read Mike's story and we determined the dangers of cyberbullying. Now it's up to you to do the final task. I'm pretty sure you're doing great, and I'd like to encourage you to keep up the good work. Stay safe both offline and online. And one more thing, learn English.